Hi everybody and welcome to What's on the Shelf Part 9. So on this shelf we have Tiny Towns, Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters, A Game of Thrones, and Fury of Dracula. So the first one is Tiny Town. I bought this one a few years ago because it's fairly new. This one's kind of neat actually. Comes with a bunch of little different tokens and bunch of different buildings that you can build on. Everybody's get their own player board. So with this one here, you can have multiple cards for each building. So there's a lot of replayability because you can change it up all the time. In the middle there, you'll notice those cards have a different pattern with different colored cubes, and that's the pattern you're trying to do on your player board to be able to convert those into the building that you're doing. Depending on how the buildings are interconnecting with each other, how they're going to score as well. Now the tricky part is you take turn selecting which cube you want. So let's say I want the red cube, so I'm going to take a red cube, put it on my board, and then everybody has to take a red cube. Then the next person takes a green cube, or whatever they decide, put it on their board, then everybody has to take that same colored cube. So sometimes you're going to get cube that you weren't really planning on utilizing, and it kind of messes up with your strategy a little bit. As well as you're building those buildings go on the board, and they kind of clutter a little bit your board as to where you're going to place your cubes to create the patterns you're trying to do. So it's kind of a neat puzzly game, and as you go along, it kind of gets a little bit more clustered, I guess, or a little bit more busy and a little bit trickier to kind of create the patterns you're trying to do. So it makes sense to try to get the higher scoring buildings up like at the beginning and try to fill it in with the easier stuff. It's a neat one. Definitely, I recommend it. Lots of fun, as long as you like the puzzle game. Next one we have is Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters. My kids got this for Christmas a few Christmases ago now. This one actually is a cute one. It's also been reprinted with the Ghostbusters theme. The components in this one are super cute. The little ghosts are kind of small little green ghosts. I think they glow in the dark as well. The idea of it is you roll the dice. It's a roll and move. So you roll the dice, you kind of move around, you go into the room. You're trying to find gems. The gems have a number on the back of it, and they're kind of spread out across the mansion, and you don't know where the gems are, which one they are, because you got to pull them out of the mansion in the numerical order. So you got to find gem number 1 and then bring that one out before you can bring gem number 2 out. Every time that you roll, if you roll from 1 to 5, you're going to draw a card that's probably going to bring out a new ghost, and it's going to show on the card which room that ghost goes in. There's a few ghosts to start as well. So when you enter a room that has a ghost, you can roll and try to banish the ghost. If there's ever reached 3 ghosts in the same room, those are now discarded, and you get the bigger haunting. So it's like a big red monster, ghost apparition or something. And those ones are a lot more difficult to banish, because now you have to have 2 people in the same room, both rolling dice, and instead of rolling the ghost dice, which is easier to kind of roll for the ghost, you got to roll for the red side. So it's a little trickier to get. And then once you enter a room with one of those, you can't leave until it's been banished either. So kind of clutter, well, it kind of gets you stuck in there a little bit. And in the meantime, as you keep going, you keep rolling the dice to see if new ghosts are showing up. If you ever get where there's 6 red haunts in the mansion, you've lost the game and you're disqualified. There's also some cards that will lock different doors. There's blue doors and green doors. Every room has access in a few different ways. But if you bring out the blue door lock, then all the blue doors are locked and you can no longer go that way. So you have to go through the green door, kind of making it a little bit more difficult to collect the gems, to get around, take them out, and so on. There's different difficulty level that you can play this one on. I hadn't realized that we were playing it on the hardest difficulty level the whole time, because you don't have to put the locked doors as well as the number gem, and we just had everything in there all the time, and we never won the game. But it's definitely an interesting one. It's cutesy. Would work well with younger players as well, and it's a co-op game. Next one I have is a Game of Thrones, the board game 2nd edition. I've actually never played this one yet. I had actually never watched Game of Thrones either, so I just started watching the series, and it's funny, when we started watching it, I was really recognizing the story because I actually read the books, and didn't connect the two. So with this one, it's an area control from what I'm understanding, with lots of making deals, breaking deals. Like I said, I haven't played this one. I've opened the box, I've punched everything. There's tons of components into it. I've heard lots of good things, so definitely it's one that I want to get played soon. Next one on my shelf is Fury of Dracula. This one here is a kind of a cat and mouse type of game. You get one player that's Dracula, so he's going around, and most of his actions are secret, so you're not really sure where he is, but there's kind of clues that hints as to where he might be. And all the other players are vampire hunters trying to track him down and capture him or kill him. Like I said, I've never played this one, so I'm not sure. Now, the reason I haven't played this one is because my copy is actually titled La Fureur du Dracula, so it's in French. All the cards are in French, and I was checking to see how much there actually is to read, and there's quite a bit, which is not a problem for myself and my siblings if I ever get together with them, but most of the people I've been playing with are not French, so this one's been sitting untouched for a little while. So that was it for this cubby. If you want to follow me on Facebook, my Facebook page is Didsbury Areas Playing All the Games. Or if you prefer, on Instagram, it's boardgame_mama. Thanks. You guys have a great day.